The Lamar CISD Board of Trustees Special Board Meeting will begin in 5 minutes.
The Board of Trustees of the Lamar Consolidated Independent School District is called to order at 5:30 p.m. This is a special called workshop being held on March 24th at 2025. We have a quorum with 6 members present. Trustee Bronzel is absent. We will now have reports and presentations on the informational items. Dr. Nivens.
All right, trustees, thank you for making time tonight. We have Dr. Kent Scribner, who is here with JG Consulting, who's going to give you an update about where we are with our strategic planning efforts, our priorities, and our core values. And then we're going to lead the board into a conversation about mission and vision statements. And so by the end of the evening, we'd like for the board to have a final mission and vision statement that will have final approval to the entire board at the May 5th meeting when we approve the strategic plan. So, Dr. Scribner.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nivens. Thank you, Board, for having us back. I'm very eager to get started on this important work. We're going to spend the next couple of hours together and hopefully by the end of this meeting have a agreed upon vision statement and mission statement to go with all of the other work that's been taking place across your community with regard to the strategic plan and the great work the committee's been doing. So just a quick reminder, I've done this before. My name is Kent Scribner, and I served as as teacher and counselor and principal, in several central office positions, and then 20 years as a superintendent over 3 different districts. So tonight we're going to be working on your vision and mission statement. So here's the plan. We will go through an introduction because I want to know a little bit about you briefly. It'll be painless, I promise. Then we'll dig into the real work, which is reviewing the core values that your committee has identified and come up with, as well as some priorities. Tonight, again, we will be focused on the vision and mission of Lamar Consolidated, and then talk about some next steps. Dr. Nivens talked about formally approving this process at your May 5th meeting. My job is to listen, is to facilitate, and to help you come to what you believe is the best for Lamar Consolidated. So tonight's outcome, as I said, is a agreed upon vision and mission. Kind of the context, the why this is important for our organization. Vision and mission are crucial for any organization because they provide direction, purpose, and a sense of identity. We make hundreds and thousands of decisions across a day or week or month in school leadership, as you do, and this is kind of a North Star that we can focus on. Some work has already been done. High-performing organizations, as I said earlier, do a few things well. Tonight, we will work on the top part of this pyramid. The strategic priorities, basically what we need to focus on to achieve our mission. That work was completed last week with the committee, and Sonia helped put that together, as was the foundation at the bottom of the pyramid, the foundation based on values, your core values. What we will do tonight, again, vision and mission. Moving forward, the superintendent and team will focus on goals and objectives, an action plan with key performance indicators, KPIs. How are we measuring our success? What does success look like? How do we define that here in Lamar Consolidated? And we will revisit both your strategic priorities and your values here in just a moment. In fact, let's do that now. Why values matter. Again, you have wonderful participation on your committee with regard to your core values of trust, of ethics, of reliability, relationship, morals and ethics, and goals. These matter because they provide a framework for our behavior and decision-making, fostering positive and supportive culture, and align the things that we do. And trust, organizations, those of you who've been on the board for quite a while, and those of you who've been in leadership positions in your own personal, professional capacities, organizations move at the speed of trust. And so we have to build that both at this table and model that for the rest of the organizations. And I've always said in my kind of leadership journey that trust really has 4 dimensions. The first thing people need to do is you need to trust one's motives. Is this person here for the right reasons? Why are we doing this work? Why are you on this board? Then we have to trust competence. Does this person know what he or she is doing? Are they capable of getting things done? Trusting dependability. Will that person be there on time, show up when needed? And finally, we need to trust collegiality. Do we play nice with others? That is so important, particularly in the business of schooling, where we are in the people business. So let's take a look at what has already been accomplished in this area of values. As I said last week, the finishing touches were put on your strategic priorities, and I'm just going to go through these slowly. I promise you will be asked to talk here in just a moment, but I want to kind of set the stage of what work has already been done. There are 5 strategic priorities that the Lamar Consolidated ISD has arrived at. The first priority is enhanced student learning experiences, that our students achieve academic excellence, and not only academically, but have life skills through innovative instruction and student-centered experiences, enhanced student learning experiences. Priority 2, safe learning environment, safe learning and work environment, that we ensure safety and belonging for students and staff by addressing physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Priority number 3, that we have quality staff and support. Lamar CISD attracts and retains the best staff through competitive compensation, comprehensive professional development, and supportive work environments. The last 2 priorities established by your committee here in our community are home and community partnerships. Lamar CISD cultivates lasting partnerships with families and community to support well-rounded student development and success. And finally, the 5th priority is organizational effectiveness, that we drive continuous improvement through servant leadership, effective communication, and accountability at all levels. So those are our strategic priorities that have been established by your committee. Values also were agreed upon last week. They were finalized last week. You're going to see a great parallel between the priorities and the values. First value that your community believes that is important, that you should exude, and we as an organization should focus on. The first is accountability, that we are responsible adults doing the work of educating children. That we're big thinking, that we shine, that we're not afraid to be a big thinker and don't be small. That we're compassionate, that we care about others, back to the trusting collegiality. That excellence is a value, that all students should be able to achieve at the optimal God-given talent, God-given ability. Integrity, that we have morals and ethics and we follow a compass. And joy, that we like being here, that we like each other, that we enjoy the work that we do because it is essential to this entire school community. Okay, so now the work for tonight, vision. What is vision? Vision represents where the organization aspires to be in the future. Long-term goals and dreams. We inspire it will inspire our employees. It'll attract our families, attract our customers, and provide a roadmap. It'll align our team as well, both internal community and external community. And let's remember why it matters. Again, direction, purpose. We already talked about inspiration and motivation, and really act as the guiding star to help us navigate through those difficult moments. In the work of school leadership, about 10%, there's a black and white world where the things are very, very clear. There's 10% on each end of the continuum. 80% of the decisions we make are in the gray area, and it's because we have these vision statements and vision beliefs that provide us that roadmap. Some quick examples before we dive into Lamar's vision work. Vision statement examples. Patagonia, the clothing company, to build the best product, to cause no unnecessary harm, and use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. Teach for America, their vision, statement is all children we influence will have the opportunity to attain an excellent education and none will be left behind. Microsoft. We strive to create local opportunity, growth, and impact in every country around the world, both local and global. And then Harvard. We are committed to creating and sustaining the conditions that enable all students to experience an unparalleled educational journey that is intellectually, socially, and personally transformative. So these are examples. These are the kinds of model that that we would like to kind of guide our work around. So there are some national, global examples, if you will. Now let's look locally. What did your community tell you? What did your committee say? The themes that emerged in our community feedback process, both survey and in person, the vision kind of focus areas that your community cared about was an innovative education, commitment to cutting edge and adaptive practices, community-centric growth. We don't want to be an island in the community. Lamar CISD really, our committee wanted us to embrace the community, balancing expansion with strong community connection. We talked about growth, but the need to maintain that connection. The third area that your committee cared about was excellence in academics and extracurriculars, aiming high for standards in education and in student activities. And finally, equitable opportunities, ensuring equality of opportunity across the district in every corner of our district so there's equal access to education. So this is where you get to work. We've come up with some questions for you. In fact, if I may, perhaps we could distribute these? We have these questions on a sheet of paper. We're going to do first vision, and I want to hear from you. I've talked far too much already, so it's time to kind of facilitate a conversation. This is how we create a vision statement, by using descriptive words that paint a clear picture of what your district's positive future state will look like and will be like. So these are questions I'd like you to think about for a few minutes, and then we'll ask you to help me kind of get some ideas up on the chart and begin to craft what will become our vision statement. The first, as you see on that sheet of paper that we've just distributed, what do you hope Lamar CISD will have accomplished in 1 to 3 years? What phrases and key words describe the type of district and outcome you want? And what can your district realistically achieve with this? We want this to be a realistic vision. What problem does your district intend to solve? And how will things be different if this vision is realized? So why don't you kind of chew on that for just a couple minutes, and then when it feels like you're ready to talk, we'll begin to craft our own vision statement. Sure. One more? That'll be helpful. So this is what your community, this is what your committee, these are the themes that emerged from their work. we'll just do vision now and then do the same exercise here in a little while with mission. Maybe another few minutes, about 3 minutes or so. Okay, why don't we go ahead and get started? And I'm not sure we have to kind of go through every question and have you tell me what your answer was to every question, as opposed to kind of what are the major themes that have emerged on your sheet of paper in the areas of accomplishments, in the areas of descriptive words. You know, what can we realistically achieve? What problems are we here to solve? How would this place look different if we achieved all of those challenges? So who would like to kind of share their overall thoughts, keywords, ideas? Okay.
So I put some keywords. I thought, we've talked a lot about excellence. So I was thinking maybe we could term certain things like the gold standard. I mean, just things that came to my mind. Reminds me of excellence. Also, and we talk about innovation a lot. And so I thought with innovation, we could call, instead of saying innovative all the time, maybe we could say distinct, that our district is distinct in certain ways. And we want people to think that, or to know that LCISD is the place to be. So we want them to know that we're proud of what's here and what we offer our students. And insofar as what I think we hope will to me, a vision is 1 to 3 years, like, or even longer than that, like 10 years. Like what the community sees our kids knowing and doing in 10 years, being able to do, and how we support that vision. And goals being more specific to that. For number one, I thought of some things that are going to become up and coming with the CTE Center. Just in being able to increase the percentage of graduates who leave LCISD skilled and ready to work. Also in line with that, increasing the percentage of students who graduate with associate's degrees. Because I know right now it's possible, but many students don't know about it, and aren't. Pardon?
What point are you making?
Kind of along with the CTE, the percentage of graduates graduating with associate's degrees increasing.
Got it.
Which kind of is in line with the first point that I was saying. But with certificates or associate's degrees. I just think that a lot of students just don't know about it. I mean, we have options here, and they're not being taken advantage of. So,
So I heard you say this concept of excellence, the value of excellence, gold standard, that we're distinct. Also heard you say, and I just used the term, college and career ready, ready for success after high school. What am I missing?
that's it. My phrase would be LCISD is the place to be.
And place to be, yes, that's right. Alliteration, that's right. Okay, who's next?
You want to go?
I don't have too much, but, I mean, the overall view is that we want our district to be the one that everyone looks to say, we want to be like them. We want to be on the cutting edge. We want to establish goals and set purposes for learning so that, and we never want to settle. Our goals need to continue to grow as our students grow. So the people that work in our district have to continue looking for those challenging curriculum so that to meet the needs of the population that we keep getting in our district, because our district continues to enlarge itself. So, we need to watch and make sure that as our children are moving forward, we move forward, and then we challenge them even more. So we need to be the district that challenges our kids continuously.
And what you just shared lines up nicely with what your community feedback was in the area of excellence in academics, community-centric growth. You said, you both, Member Box and Member Desinger, talked about distinction, kind of a destination school district where people want to be part of. Others?
Are we supposed to just do one?
Kind of for free. I'm trying to, feel free to jump in and have a conversation among yourselves as well.
As someone who has a senior graduating and has gone through several years in the district, I keep going back to looking at her high school experience especially, and being well-rounded as a person, maybe well-rounded, but also in having integrity and character and being service-minded, and I know that was in here a little bit, but also involved. I want all our kids to find something to be involved in. Engaged, yeah. Opportunities.
They don't continue to learn, but if they feel they have a connection, they move forward.
Right.
Tell me more about the concept of being well-rounded, because it sounded like there was some kind of, ethical stuff there too.
Well, so just thinking of the things she's been involved in, she's, we set the standard for high academic achievement, and she does that, and that's important, but also she's in extracurriculars, choir, so performing arts. She is in NHS and volunteers a lot with that, so just having experienced different things before she graduates that, help when you're becoming an adult and you are expected to go to college and take on the world.
Right.
I want her prepared for that. And that's not entirely the school district's job, but.
But kind of academic is our core mission, but beyond that, the development of young human beings.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
What's good about that is that even if you're an athlete, you're a book person, you want to do, we have all kinds of things that they can be, all these kids that come in here and do all these different competitions I've never heard of.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, this is the time that kids need to be able to try on and find themselves a little bit better, because once they move forward, it's hard to do that. So that's why we need to have such a smorgasbord of opportunities.
Right, and I feel like if you don't get involved in something in high school, by the time you're in high school, the chances of you getting involved in college or whatever are pretty slim.
I mean, her philanthropy work, I'm sure that's opened up her eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Others?
I put, so I'm thinking about district as a whole, that the value of community engagement, that it's, that we set the culture that it is imperative to have the community involved for us to produce students that will be ready for the workforce. That we would be producing problem solvers and critical thinkers. And that our students, when they leave us, are intentional with their actions and choices, that they're not just sitting and waiting, that they're getting out and doing something and stepping out. So, more community partnerships was the heavy thought on mine of, that it's just kind of the way we do things is that we do things with partners. We don't do it by ourselves, and we can't do it by ourselves.
Okay.
And trust. Gotta have the trust with those families and partnerships.
That, and how will things be different if your vision's realized? More productive individuals entering the workforce.
Okay.
Yeah, visions,
And that's the problem with getting too wordy.
yeah, visions are short. Visions, future visions are right now.
Okay. Very good. Others?
They've said a lot, and I agree with it all, and some of those themes I have down myself. I think from me understanding what the law says that our responsibility is, I think our thrust should be the highest CCMR rates in Region 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that's some of those other things that everybody else has said would happen if that happens. The other thing that I will mention is that what Kay just said is a deeper level of trust earned, given by the public and the campus staff of the board and the district administration. Without, and I don't know if that's really achievable or not in this world with social media, but I think that we could enhance that as part of our vision, that we're a trusted organization. And,
Some of the reading that I've done with regard to that topic is the highest performing organizations with, the private sector anyway, when they talk about, we want folks to trust us. But the first group that needs to trust us is not our clients. The first group that needs to trust us is our own employees. How do we build that trust internally? So that then that kind of.
yeah, and I know it's earned. It's not
Yeah,
something that I would expect the public or our campus staff to give us
Right.
Blindly by any means.
Right.
And I don't, and I also would
Then
just
it's
say.
fake. It's sincere, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that they do have a good level right now. I'm not implying that there's none. I'm just saying, we're trying to talk about where we want to go. And it's like just the benefit of the doubt always being given to the board.
Sure.
Whoever's on this board and the district administration, I think is a good goal.
It's about health. It's about
Yeah.
overall, kind of organizational health. That's excellent. Other ideas?
This would be a byproduct, and this is, I really like this idea that Dr. Nivens spoke a while ago, and I was going to steal it, but I don't think that that's proper to do, is that we have such a good reputation that we kind of have like a cult following. When people hear about Lamar, they're like, oh yeah, they kind of think like that. Oh yeah, y'all like those crazy Texas A&M Aggies, and that, and like, oh yeah. There's some camaraderie there amongst our graduates and even, local businesses and stuff. I think that would be,
Keep the small town feel in a big district.
Yeah.
but in that, you're right, Kay, I would agree with you. But the reputation for excellence, maybe.
Right.
That's so trite. I don't mean it to be
Your
trite.
community this is good for me coming in from the outside, because what you're saying is aligning really nicely. What you just talked about is balancing expansion with strong community connections, that we have to maintain that, excellence in academics, innovation, those kinds of things. Yes, sir. And
I don't disagree with anything that's been shared. The only thing that I would say is that with some of the questions that, with me, with my other job, we don't necessarily set goals, we set stretch goals.
Right.
So this is what's achievable, but this is what our goal is. So realistically, you mean that it's how close you can get to the goal, not necessarily achieving the goal. Because as you improve, the goal line's gonna move as well.
Exactly.
So you keep working in that direction. The one question, what problem does your district intend to solve? Were we working off a list? Was it just something that came to mind individually that stuck out? And I think that Ms. Hotzel kind of shared the same thing I was gonna share, is especially the high school kids, offering them more opportunity. There's a lot of things that they can get involved in that have a world of opportunity, not just with maybe going straight to a career after high school. But you kind of mentioned it as well with the dual credit and them actually entering college as a sophomore, possibly, if not more, but also with just the, well, so my particular case, my daughter's extremely involved in FFA.
Mm-hmm.
The world that FFA offers her is kind of open-ended. I would say that, you know, that just being one example, I don't think, not that we do a bad job, I'm not saying that, I'm just, what I am trying to say is there's more that we could offer them in ways of participation in competitions that open up doors for additional scholarships and everything else, because most of those kids, they want to either go straight into a workforce or to a higher level of education, but don't necessarily have the means.
Mm-hmm.
So by their involvement in these activities
Right.
and contests and everything else, it offers up a door, opens a door for them to receive, to able to receive
Yeah.
things like scholarships that would assist them beyond high school.
Yeah, I would say to your first point about kind of stretch goals. Let's not just kind of set goals that don't make us strive to be better. That in a large district like Lamar CISD, when we talk about all students, you know, that's not every student is starting the educational race at the educational starting line. So from our perspective, there are going to be some students who are college and career ready, and you can see it. You know, they have the support at home and all those kinds of things. And others, it is going to take a lot of investment from us in order to make that a reality. If we're talking about all ALL, all students. So this is a very, very good start. And remember, thank you very much, Member Box, for asking to put the themes back up that your community came up with. Innovative education, those programs outside of the core curriculum allow us to be more cutting edge. Community centric, excellence in academics and extracurriculars, and equitable opportunities, ensuring all students have equal access to quality. So kind of some of the themes that I kind of see here are, so I kind of, in my chicken scratch here, this whole standard of excellence, this whole concept of excellence, the gold standard, excellence in academics, a district of distinction, a destination district, your point to continuous improvement. So that, to me, that's a value that we talk about, and it aligns there. This kind of, what are we trying to achieve? A productive individuals, college and career workforce ready graduates, something around the kind of practical reasons that we are here. The concept that President Lambert talked about with kind of a culture of engagement, and then we talked here about both internal engagement, our internal community, as well as our external community. We talked about, I like what you said, this is the time when kids try things on. I heard that there's risk involved with trying things on. And I heard the concept of compassion, one of the values that your committee came up with. So something around safety, you know, of students, not only their physical safety, but their social emotional safety. To be intentional with our community partners, earn their trust. Well-rounded, Jackie, well-rounded in every sense of the word. So those are the kind of themes that I'm seeing. Something around excellence, something around, well, actually, you have it right here. You know, equal opportunity. Something around workforce ready, college and career ready, CCMR. We want to have the best CCMR numbers in our region, and then this culture of compassion, this culture of engagement. Those are the kind of the themes that I am seeing, and they kind of line up here. What about the rest of you? What am I missing?
Regarding the word excellence, academic and social excellence. And so, yeah, and then when I think about community, I think about who our customers are. Our community customers are our students, our parents, our teachers, the community, our taxpayers are our customers. So I think about customer service, that they're highly satisfied with the services and treatment they receive.
Okay.
And I kind of put in there that as we grow, we have different communities all throughout the LCISD community. So we have to be mindful of the differences and meet the needs of where they fall. Because what's going to be, even though everybody is under one big umbrella.
There are multiple communities.
Correct.
In Lamar CISD.
Correct.
Right.
And I think I put that as one of our problems to solve.
To be engagement within the communities, I guess.
Say that again?
Like engagement within the communities instead of community.
Yeah, let me put this in here. So take a look. So let's take a look at some of those examples of what some vision statements look like. You know, an interesting thing too, to go back to, in addition to that, is, again, listening to your community. Oh wait, I'm sorry, there it is. Their values, you know, this idea of accountability, big thinking. Accountability, I think kind of lines up with to me, lines up with excellence. Compassion lines up with, you know, culture of engagement. Big thinking lines up with the fact that there's more than one Lamar CISD community, and multiple communities, multiple perspectives, multiple expectations. Big thinking, both customer service and equal opportunity for all of us. So who wants to take a crack at what kind of, what themes we're going to include in our statement? Say that again?
Vision is the big.
Yeah, vision, remember, vision is the big picture. Vision kind of represents where the organization aspires to be in the future. It's a long-term goal or dream. Strong vision inspires employees, attracts customers, and provides a roadmap for growth and success. It also helps in aligning the team and stakeholders with the overall aspirations of the organization. So, who do we want to be? And mission is how we get there. Vision is what kind of a district do we want to be? Long-term direction and purpose.
I think we talked a lot about, especially with CCMR, because I also had that in what do you hope we will have accomplished in 1 to 3 years? Receiving that A rating again, and CCMR is a big part of that. But what comes to my mind is like future-ready leaders. Like
Yes.
we want kids who are ready when they graduate.
For students to have that.
Yeah.
So cultivate.
I like future ready. You've heard by now it's cliche that kids who are entering college are this fall, are going to be working in jobs that
Don't even exist.
With AI, that's like times 20. That jobs there's going to be a whole new world in 6 months. And again, another one, and another one, and another one. So I like the concept of future ready as opposed to kind of college and career. Because also from the entrepreneurial perspective too, it is, are we preparing kids to be employees? Or are we preparing kids to be?
I think at times
perhaps as an employee or perhaps not as an employee.
they have to learn that they should be able to take risks, and even if they fail, that they should be able to learn from that. That when we set them up too harshly, that if they make a mistake, it's all over, that
Right.
stops their education
The
process.
kind of fail forward.
Right,
thing, it's
so
okay.
we need to, so,
So that is.
So that's why future
that's
ready,
kind
to
of
be able
around it's okay to take a risk. The challenge is going to be kind of figuring out how to get this into a couple sentences.
Or resilience. Is what, that's the word I thought of when Kay was talking.
yeah.
Yeah, resilient. Why don't we just do that? Why don't we throw out some words, throw out some vocabulary words that you think represent what we've been talking about?
You need more walls around
I know.
you.
I'm gonna do this.
You put it at the bottom, yeah.
I'll take a crack at it.
What's that?
I'll take a crack at it.
Okay, sure.
We strive to be a district of academic excellence with a customer service mindset, working towards robust community involvement as our students achieve the highest CCMR rates in Region 4.
Say that again. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna get the words there. So say it again.
We strive to be a district of academic excellence with a customer service mindset, working towards robust community engagement, robust community involvement as our students achieve the highest CCMR scores.
Academic excellence, customer.
Yeah, I was looking at your other chart there.
Yeah, and you had another concept: academic excellence, customer service, and there was
Robust community involvement.
community involvement. Not just community involvement, robust community involvement.
Yes. Throwing some
with the
adjectives in
multiple
there.
communities that make up our world here. What other concepts do we care about?
I think for me, something we care about, or I care about personally, is who makes up our community. And that Lamar CISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and I don't know of a general word to say the overarching community, the taxpayers, what a pretty word would be for that, that we're here with like a common goal. So I think of who makes up our community in saying that like, okay, our employees are part of our community, our students are a part of the community, our parents are part of the community, our business owners and our neighbors.
Sure, sure. So kind of internal community, external community in the broadest sense, stakeholders.
Stakeholders.
Can be, I'm a stakeholder because when I drive through here, I want to know that the kid's going to stop at the red lights.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right, I mean, a functioning, and the adults will stop at the red lights too. A functioning kind of society.
We have a common goal of producing students with academic and social excellence.
Okay,
Like common goal, that like this is, all these members make up this one common goal.
yeah, tell me more about that.
That I like the future, what'd you say?
Ready?
Future ready. So, I mean, to be future ready, I mean, our students are gonna have diplomas, our students are gonna go on to, whether they go on to some higher ed or they're gonna leave us with to get the CCMR goals, they're gonna leave with these certifications. With our new CTE center opening up, there will be some investment.
Yeah, and TEA may call it something else in 2 years.
Yeah.
So to say CCMR,
Right.
What you're getting at is exactly the right thing.
Yeah, and I think when we go in there and we'll do it, rewrite it, you kind of write things in communications to the lowest common denominator, so maybe not, another better way of putting CSAMR or something where it's not, the average
Well, yeah,
person's
I mean,
not gonna
I
recognize.
think, future ready
Yeah.
begins to get at it. College, career, workforce, something around there. So far, we have academic excellence, this concept of customer service, I need to understand that a little bit better. Community involvement, both internal and external community, and that our product, our graduates, are future ready. We also talked about being a destination district, a place to be. We also talked about culture of engagement. I think we have that. Maybe that's what we're getting at here. Well-rounded students, we talked a little bit about that.
I think like with not even this a future ready, but I would like for our students to have a confidence right now to be able to do things. The other night, we had a young lady come speak to the board. And so she had that confidence and the ability to come speak to us in the moment while she's a freshman in high school. So, or maybe us creating environments where students can lead out where they are right now, whether they're in kindergarten or 12th grade.
Yes.
Question? It's kind of little, just something, when we were at a TASB conference, John and I went to someone was speaking about doing your strategic plan and the process and everything. And they talked about doing a profile of success. So while you have your mission statement, your vision is more of like a profile of success. What does our district think is successful? So we're throwing out like a million different things when we could actually put our vision into a profile of success, like what a high school graduate looks like, whatever we want to call it. And then we have academically what we expect, socially what we expect, all those different categories. Like basically it's a brand and a promise, a vision, so to speak, but it's in like the portrait of a graduate form instead of like one statement. And then we have a separate mission statement too.
Right, and I think, I agree with that that's certainly one way of doing it. And I think though, when you talk about the profile, the academic profile, I see that following, we want our something about what our students, so this to me talks about the students. Customer service and this kind of idea of engagement to me talks about the adults, both internal and external, as well as students. Tell me again the categories, with the profile of success.
Well, it can be any categories that you want it to be.
Right.
Right, the example they gave, it says they have something about academics and they have something about, it's not necessarily, 5 specific topics.
Sure.
They really just talk about, okay, what do we want our students to be able to do when they leave school? And these are the things they said. One was academically thinking, one was solutions-oriented, effective communicator, culturally aware and community involved, and a resilient learner. So they have the portrait, and then they elaborate on each one of those topics.
Sure.
And then they have the mission of LCISD, which would be, to me, seems like really a little bit more elaborate in the sense of what we want to do. What is our mission? What is our, so I guess to me, I think mission and vision, I think it's kind of like the same.
Yeah,
Is it
well, I
not?
mean, I think mission is how we're gonna get there. Vision is where we wanna be. So I'm hearing on the vision conversation is we want to have academic excellence. We want our students to be ready for the future. And we want our employees, there's something around trust, earned trust, something around healthy culture, something around identifying our stakeholders, our taxpayers, our parents, our community members in this kind of customer paradigm, because we are serving them.
But
There's something around
who is our
service.
real customer? Our real customer would be
But
students.
the customer's everybody. I mean, in my view, in a public school system, I mean, it's everybody. It's the kids, it's the parents, it's the business
I agree,
owners.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, the board is here to serve the students, which is what
Well,
everything
we serve
is
the
based on.
taxpayers, we serve the neighbors, we serve the people that live next door to a
Right, but our whole
school.
existence is student outcomes, is all I'm saying,
Right.
which is student-based. Well, I don't mean ignore everybody else, and I'm saying our main customer is our students. That's why we exist, right?
Right.
Anyway.
Right.
And I mean, the students who graduate come back and live in our communities and work in our communities, we hope. I mean, some of them will, a lot of them will.
Yeah, we're the biggest employer in town, and there's an expectation that we are operating efficiently, right? That we are, so there's a concept of excellence, there's a concept of equal opportunity, there's a concept of efficiency. Those are the big values in public education. Choice, where we, our families and students choose us. In some systems, the schools want to choose the kids, and here we want the kids to choose the schools.
I always think a vision statement is more of our wish list, what we wish. It's
Yeah.
not always easily attainable, and then we have to come up with how we can try to meet our wish list.
And a side note, though, for everyone watching, all dozens of them, right now, our district does not have a vision statement, so that's why we're talking about this. So we don't have one. So the mission, we have a mission statement, but we will.
Yeah.
We're creating the vision as we go.
Sure. And that's what we're trying to accomplish right now, and those are wish lists there too. We strive to create local opportunity, growth, impact in every country across the world, says Microsoft. Teach for America, all children we influence will have the opportunity to attain an excellent education, and none will be left behind. Those kinds of thought. So we had one attempt to get us started. We strive to was kind of how you framed it, right?
It was so good, I can't repeat it. It was one and done, that's it.
Others.
Well, maybe to tack on, so John said customer service and robust community involvement, but maybe that's just a community-centered mindset? So we could
that's
short.
that's one
One
thing,
thing.
yeah.
Mhm. And then I don't, about the values that the committee came up with of the accountability and big thinking, compassion, excellence, integrity, and joy, are we wanting to put those into the vision statement at all?
I
Yes.
mean, we don't have to put those words in there, but those are the,
Well, I mean, it could be just a simple sentence, such as, we strive to instill the core values of accountability, big thinking, compassion, excellence, integrity, and joy, equipping them for lifelong success.
Well,
Well-
your vision is your big dream. Like
Right.
you elaborate in how you do it in the mission statement.
Well, and I came up with the first sentence, but I don't like the whole thing. But our vision is to empower students to be future-ready with confidence, critical thinking, and a community-centered mindset.
okay,
I
hang
don't know
on.
I don't know that I love that, but something.
That's a start. That's a very good start. So,
Empower students to be future-ready.
okay,
With confidence, critical thinking. I think the critical thinking is the one I don't like.
That's what I said.
And a community-centered mindset.
empower students to be future ready with confidence.
Critical thinking,
What
if you want
what if you
critical
take out
thinkers-
critical thinking, you say problem solvers?
confidence, well, you'd have to change the tense somehow.
Or to be confident
Problem solvers.
problem solvers, and then we'll come back to the future.
With a community-centered mindset. Yeah, we were trying to combine customer service and community involvement. This is
Okay.
hard.
Yeah, this is hard. So we haven't dealt with the excellent stuff yet, I don't think, in there. Let's go back to the slide that your community told you they cared about. Right there. So although this is a good one. So empower students to be confident problem solvers, something around academic excellence, and something ready for the future ready, and then something around this community-centered, I'm not sure mindset is where we're going.
I have, so if we conclude that Lamar CISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common goal of producing students to be, so I think that common goal, like you take that community with a common goal of producing that right there. Students, parents, staff, and stakeholders.
Okay. We're warming up here.
That are highly satisfied with the services and treatment.
Okay, whoa.
I know, that's totally not.
So, before I start writing,
Yeah.
say what you said again.
Lamar CISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common goal of producing future-ready.
That's what I was gonna say, maybe we just say Lamar CISD is a community.
Lamar CISD is a community. And you
But
want
what is our vision? Not
Yeah.
who are we? I mean, it's your statement, but I mean, I don't see where it says, Microsoft strives to, well, maybe we could.
Yeah,
But
I
then we
mean,
have a mission, we gotta have a mission too.
Yeah, right, yeah.
right.
What we
So
want
the-
to do, equip our students.
So the vision
with
is
da-da-da-da.
usually, in all the communication workshops I've led and stuff like that, you state your big picture overarching
Good.
goal of what you want to do. And so to state your overarching goal of where you want to go, you have to say who you are.
Good, I like it.
And so typically, that's how some of that will roll out.
Okay.
So you got to,
So
because
start over.
your vision is like, that's your big, that's your North Star. But your North Star is typically only 4 words also.
Right.
So We would have to take vision, mission, and then figure out our North Star after that.
Right.
So LCISD is a community of, and this is just what I have.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common goal of that.
Common goal of what?
Empowering students to be
Okay.
future-ready, confident problem solvers
Power, equip students.
in an environment of academic excellence.
Okay, keep going. So do you have that written down?
Lamar CISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders.
Maybe just write community for now.
For-
He can add
Yeah.
it since he's writing.
Yeah.
Students,
With-
I'll do, just the first letter. Students what?
Students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common goal of producing, or you can do producing or empowering. You have empower. And visions, I think visions, we want to make those actions.
How about,
You said we don't like
LCISD is
empower?
is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common.
That's not what that is, though. Yeah, I'm sorry.
LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders.
With a common goal
Mhm.
of producing confident, problem-solving, future-ready leaders, I don't know, within the, are you gonna say something about the academic excellence, within the environment of academic excellence?
Common goal of producing.
Students are producing future-ready, I like the future-ready leaders, I like that. I mean,
Okay.
within a system of academic excellence. Because that's stating that, right now, we believe that we have a system of academic excellence. That we are, that's a non-negotiable. So that's not saying we aim to have that, we're saying we have that we believe that.
Do you want to do future-ready leaders or future-ready citizens or something? I worry about using the word leaders because not every.
So part of, no, but that should be a goal. And so one of
Yeah.
the things that came out there was big thinking. And so we want our students to think big. We want our staff to think big. We want our
Right.
students, I would love for the next mayors, congressmen, senators, business CEOs to come from LCISD. So where we're known for producing that.
And leaders are confident problem solvers.
That's true.
Where's, you said system, and that doesn't feel, that doesn't inspire me. And we haven't talked about this concept of community that that emerges over and over and over here.
Or could you say, of staff stakeholders contributing to a common goal of producing? So after stakeholders, you put the action word of contributing. So that all those are active members of that.
instead of producing, can we use some other kind of let me get my thesaurus.
Well, I like that.
Do you?
Say it again.
LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders who contribute, we work together, who contribute to a common goal of producing future-ready leaders within something dealing with academic excellence. I'm like, yeah, I ran out of steam. I could.
And that vision, so that's a long for a vision statement. So,
We can tighten it up.
you can just say future-ready leaders, and then the academic excellence will come into the mission. Because that's how we're producing the future-ready leaders, is through academic excellence.
just,
Yeah,
you
there's
know.
It's
not
I feel like putting
just-
academic excellence somewhere should be at the top of that, not at the top, somehow. It's because we have to provide that education to get them there.
We,
Yeah.
I mean, I know academic excellence is in there, but really, you could just drop academic and use excellence.
Because that will bring in the social, academic and social.
And the FFA and the
Right.
basketball and the fine arts and all that stuff, right? Everything, both inside the school and outside the school.
Doctor?
How do we get the concept of LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders who contribute, I like that, because that means, that kind of implies that we, even if we're faking it, that we work together. Which we're not. Yeah,
Dr.
right.
Nivens, do you have anything you would like to?
Who contribute to a common goal of producing future-ready leaders. Who contribute.
Well, since you asked, I put on a compass for the next 3 years. You know, I would like for LCISD to be recognized at the national level for outstanding academic and extracurricular performances from our students. What words are key phrases? I said elite, exceptional, distinct, choices and opportunities. For students, can this be, what can be the district realistically achieve?
Mm-hmm.
I said we should be known for embracing our new core values, especially the big thinking piece. I mean, we have to really think bigger than what we're thinking. And then, what problem does your district intend to solve? I would like to see us tackle we want to prepare students to go out into the world with grit, right, and a strong work ethic in society. I think if they have grit, they can deal with, they have coping skills, they can take no for an answer, they have a strong work ethic, then that would equip them to be tremendous citizens. And then how would things be different if your vision is realized? Well, we'll produce high-quality graduates who are highly sought after.
What were your words around excellence?
I said elite, exceptional, distinct, choices and opportunities. That's what you're asking me? I didn't use the word excellence because it's kind of cliche-ish. Everybody
Yeah.
kind of uses it. I want to use something
I like exceptional.
different.
Distinct?
Distinguished.
But anyway, just producing students that will go out in the world and have a strong work ethic and have some grit and have some,
And those are values.
yeah.
So I just dropped in, I mean, my suggestion, but value-driven. LCISD is a value-driven community of students, parents, staff, stakeholders who contribute to common goal of producing future-ready leaders, but we still need the concept, and we can get rid of this too, no pride of authorship at all. I do think we need to sprinkle something in here around exceptionalism, excellence, you know, would elite will be misinterpreted, so we don't want to say that.
Why is that?
I mean, because elitism. Maybe.
What's wrong with our kids being elite?
Okay.
I mean, I hear that a lot, and that's my comeback. It's like, so why wouldn't our kids be elite? Why wouldn't we want them to be elite? Why wouldn't we want them to step out and people say, oh, you're a Lamar CISD graduate. You're separate from everybody else. You're distinct. You're elite from everybody else.
I like it. I
I don't understand the problem behind that.
I like it. Moxie.
Yeah,
I
I
like
don't
that.
understand the problem behind that.
Very
That
good.
chaps me.
What do others think? How can we put something like that in here?
I keep typing.
Universities and to see they're coming from LCISD so that, hey, we've had good students come from that
Yeah.
district before.
Rose, give me some of those words again. Elite, exceptional.
Elite, exceptional, distinct. I said choices and opportunities, so they have it. But piggybacking off what Trustee Welch said, or Secretary Welch said, is that whole A&M culture is that when you think about the Texas A&M University,
Right.
the first thing that comes to your mind is just the culture and the love and the respect and the reverence they have for that university. It's yeah.
Pride,
Yeah, what they say, Aggies hire Aggies is what I've heard. I mean, you know, it's that's the kind of culture we want in Lamar CISD, is that when people hear Lamar CISD, they're like, oh, yeah, don't walk on the grass. I mean, you know, it's that.
Network, yeah. I mean, it's called the Aggie Network.
So after future-ready leaders, comma, committed to a value of excellence in all that we do.
I still don't think that what we're going with right here, and you said it originally, defining who we are in the vision statement, I don't see that on the examples you gave us on the screen.
Well, those are just 4 examples.
Yeah.
It seems like it's too clunky, as opposed to, this is what we're doing.
And this is what we're doing, we'll come up in the mission here in just a moment.
As opposed to say, oh, we're
that-
including the community, we're the stakeholders, and like, that's along the way where we can define that in the mission, how to
Well,
get there.
but you don't
but-
define that in the mission. The mission is how you do
This
things.
is-
The
aren't we-
vision is,
Aren't
The
we?
mission is what we want to do and how
Aren't
we're
we,
gonna do it.
aren't we defining the terms here now ourselves as a group? I mean,
but
so
in.
there's no necessarily, I would
Exactly, so there
posit
is-
that there's no necessarily way to say what the vision should be or what the mission should be. But if we're trying to get a succinct, clear vision for the district, it seems like it's a bit,
But for our first one that we don't have,
yeah, let's
Yeah.
come out of the gate kicking butt.
So,
take names of every other district, because we are.
Every
producing
other
elite
district in Region 4 first, and then the state of Texas, yes.
in the world.
I feel like we've addressed this. I feel like it addresses excellence. I feel like it addresses community. I'm a little uncertain here, but you could convince me otherwise. So far, we have LCISD is I got rid of values and put them down here. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders who contribute to a common goal of producing future-ready leaders committed to the value of excellence, a value of excellence, committed to a value of something. Committed to what?
Committed to a value of excellence in all that we do.
That's,
Which, Kay just shot me
We're
down.
saying what we are, but it's not about what we are, it's what we want to be, what our vision of what we will be. I don't know.
It's a vision of what we will become in the coming years.
It's just
Right,
like
not what we
what's
are.
behind you over
Right.
there, that passion for people and plan for success. It might not have been a mission statement, but it drove what we wanted us to move forward in doing.
Right.
And this is also representative of what we heard, and like, that's what this is for, because it's
Yeah.
what the community's
So this-
vision
this
is,
is
not what our
representative-
board's vision is.
I find this representative of what you and your community said, but you all are the elected officials, obviously. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders. I like that. The concept is we are all one community, even though we come from very, very different lenses, perspectives. And this complex group, students, parents, staff, stakeholders, contribute to a common goal of producing future-ready leaders committed to a value of excellence, committed to, what are you feeling about this?
Do we have to have the word ready in there? Can we just put future leaders? Maybe that's the word that's
Yeah.
tripping me up.
I think so. I mean, I think it's on producing future leaders.
It just doesn't
I see a
flow.
couple head nods. Jackie, I think you came up with future ready.
I'm not married to it.
Okay. You okay with future leaders?
Yeah.
Everyone? Anyone, is that a deal breaker for anybody?
Let's just see how it reads.
LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders who contribute to a common goal of producing future leaders committed to a value of excellence.
I think we could
Maybe
take
this
out,
goes.
what if we take out the word future, because right now we're producing leaders right now. So just on Tuesday night, we had a young lady that came and spoke up. And so she was being a leader in that moment.
Watch this. What if we do this?
Who,
What if we, this describes who we are, right? That's as you were saying. What if we put this? LCISD is a community committed to a value of excellence. No.
is stakeholders,
Yeah, no, you're right. Maybe it goes here. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders committed to a value of excellence. No.
This whole thing of defining ourselves in this vision statement is throwing me way off. I'm putting that out there again. I can't, I don't know.
Because it's supposed to be a broad picture,
Of where we
right?
want to go, not what we are now.
Yeah.
Right.
but
It's
part of our vision, part of the thing we've said, it's on there multiple times, is defining who the community is and defining.
We can still do that in a future statement.
Well-
Basically, what you're doing is amplifying, expanding this word.
The word "we," and so we want to say who the "we" is.
Basically, what we're doing is defining that word.
And so Lamar CISD, it's not just the paid people doing it. And so when you look at a for-profit company like Microsoft, you got the CEO and you got all the paid people doing that. I don't consider myself part of Microsoft, so I'm not part of the "we." But being someone that lives on Georgina down the street, and my neighbors are on Georgina.
I would agree with you, but I think he just had a very valid point, Dr. Scribner.
What's that?
The "we."
Yeah.
It seems like we're trying to, in the direction we're going in the moment, it seems like we're trying to define what "we" is as opposed to using the simple letters,
But
W-E.
our people don't, we want
I
our
hear what you're
neighbors
saying,
to-
I'm
so
telling you.
part of
I
the
hear what you're saying, and
vision-
you've said it a couple of times, I'm just letting you know. I disagree that we need to define that here. I think it's worth defining.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth defining in the vision statement.
But I think if that is a priority of ours, to have the community involvement, we've got to tell in the vision that they're community, that they are part of the "we."
Well, what
So-
are the other
And-
thoughts?
Can I try?
Jackie, Joe, anybody else got some thoughts on
Can
that?
I try?
Lord have mercy.
LCIC is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders focused on developing future leaders committed to the core values of accountability, big thinking, compassion, excellence, integrity, and joy, equipping them for lifelong success. Something like that.
So like embedding the values into the statement.
And then the mission statement is the how we get there. So I don't know.
I think the mission is also defining what is it we want to do. We want to equip our students with blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, well, let's jump on the mission here in a minute, but the, so what Jackie, what you're saying is embed the values into this mission statement. Can you say it again?
Into the vision, yeah.
vision,
well,
vision,
this
excuse
is,
me, vision.
LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders focused on developing future leaders committed to the values of accountability, big thinking, compassion, excellence, integrity, and joy, equipping them for lifelong success. Or now that I'm reading that, we could put back in the community piece, like we went back and forth on community-centered, but
Your culture here of community, this got me kind of excited, this concept of, contributing, this common contribution. That when we said LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders who contribute to the common goals, or maybe it's common values of those things.
okay.
Do you think we should list out the values? I don't know. Seems very.
So then no values.
Lots of words.
I know.
No, yeah,
I mean, the vision is going to be shorter, right? And then the mission is going to be more explanatory. I would assume.
What was it, contributing to the common goal of?
Ready, just leaders that are committed to.
LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders.
Contributing to the common goal.
Say it again?
Contributing to the common goal. Y'all want to keep that? Or no? I didn't hear what John said earlier, because I was typing.
Just, I said you could say all that, or you could say we.
But we
Oh.
have to let the people
Yeah,
know.
I see that, but I also see the value of
Spelling it out.
spelling it out, and especially if we're gonna contribute. I mean, to me, there's something, I totally get what you're saying, but there's something.
I was just repeating what you said.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah.
Because if our 3 to 5 year goal is to have all those people in it,
Right.
they have to be told that they're part of
If
it.
you do this right in 3 years, you can go back.
We can go back to we, if we do it.
Because people will see themselves. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders contributing, Jackie,
To the common goal,
to A or the?
to A.
We need some of our AP English teachers
I know.
to come help us out.
Yeah, you're not voting on this till May, so we'll
All right.
get some time.
Miss Rowe at Randall High School. I need Miss Rowe.
Wordsmith.
Do y'all like producing leaders or developing leaders?
Developing.
I like developing.
Yeah. Okay, so contributing to the common goal of developing
right,
leaders.
exactly.
I like developing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
We said producing.
Hey, we agreed on something. Go ahead.
Okay, goal of developing
Goal of developing?
leaders.
That are committed.
Well, committed to the values, but that's what we had down there.
Could you say that are committed to the values?
Or just committed?
Referencing LCISD values or to LCISD, I don't know.
These are the values of the.
Yeah.
I mean,
so-
I also think that, because it comes in a big, long PDF and everything, so if we want to have like a part of it that just says our culture, our values, and then have accountability, big thinking, compassion, like it doesn't all have to go in the vision.
I don't think, exactly, because if you said share values, you can click and see what those shared values
Yeah.
are,
Right.
right?
And those 6 shared values, or we may vote on different ones in May.
Right.
So though we don't have to be married to those, even though, yes, we want to value what the community
might change
put
over
out.
time, so.
They may, yeah.
Have we used the word community already?
And we keep going back to excellence, but excellence isn't part, well, it is part, I apologize, part of that.
What do you want our leaders committed to?
LCISD, or we, LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders contributing to a common goal, now it's the mess, too much. Contributing to a common goal of developing, no.
But again, this is kind of like what we do, not what our vision is.
But no, we envision this,
Do
or
we?
we can change it to say we envision LCIC to be a common community. But like you put what you want to see in your vision statement, like what you want to happen. Right now, are we that? Parts of it.
I mean, that's pretty basic to me, so, yeah,
But-
I think we are.
I mean, does the owner of BIMS across the street see him as part of this? Does he identify, or does that resonate with him?
This is telling him
I don't know.
he's part of the solution.
No.
Whatever.
Developing our future leaders.
Just,
Seriously, our vision.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Future
we're getting wordy here when we
leaders.
say contributing to a common goal of developing leaders.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah,
Yeah.
period. And then,
could
because
just
you're
say-
coming over here with a core purpose and target audience.
I'm just saying, wouldn't we say if our
with our
vision is,
vision, with
wouldn't
our
it be
vision.
to develop, to do, not developing, like we're saying, who we are and what we're doing now is what it sounds like to me.
I think you could take out the phrase contributing to the common goal. Yeah, that's implied
Okay.
Yeah.
through that.
I mean, we like,
I don't like it at all.
Kay and I like contributing, but we don't need it. I mean, that's, What do you think about that? If we were to say,
Could you just say with a common goal?
what if we, whatever we're gonna say here, we use it as an adjective before leaders? LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common goal of developing blank leaders.
Within, could you say within a system of excellence?
We don't like system.
Culture,
But, I mean, we are a system, we
Culture.
are a school.
culture of excellence.
Culture of excellence.
Within a culture of excellence.
What does that mean?
Culture, or like culture is like your,
No, I mean, like, tell me, what is,
What
so
is
when
a
you hear
culture of
excellence, what is that
excellence?
to you?
that is a, I mean, so in society, you have your norms, you have your values,
Continuous improvement.
continuous improvement. So our culture of excellence is that is what we expect. So when you set your culture
To be a standard.
to be a standard, so it's a standard of excellence. So your culture, so then you have all your subcultures and you have,
Why would we say culture? Why wouldn't we say a standard of excellence or?
Well,
We
culture
were
kind
just
of
wordsmithing,
says
yeah.
that you're a part of a
So-
system.
and a culture is not something you can say, this is my culture. Your culture is how your community feels or how your customers feel about it. So it's what's implied, it's the byproduct of what you set in place.
Remember earlier, we said gold standard, distinction. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common goal of developing leaders.
Dr. Nivens, what kind of leaders do you want?
Right.
Kind of vision leaders as a community.
As I said earlier, I want leaders that have, I mean, grit is the only word that keeps coming to me.
What word?
Grit.
Grit.
You know, to me, grit means is that you, no matter what the obstacle is you're gonna overcome it because you have the wherewithal, you have the grit, you have the stamina, you have the desire, you have the intelligence, you have everything you need to overcome that obstacle. And so, and that's what our world is lacking right now. Our world is lacking people that have grit, that have that stamina.
We said resilient here.
Yeah, resilience. I mean, kids are resilient anyway. So, we need to, that's what I would like to see produced or developed.
And excellence may be a little cliche, but what if I embed what you just said this way? LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common goal of developing resilient leaders committed to excellence.
Others. But what do we actually mean committed to excellence? Meaning that those students or the students we will achieve for the highest, that we want to get them ready to achieve the highest of their ability and capabilities.
Talk about one of them, yeah. To Dr. Niven's point about the elites, we are committed to creating and sustaining conditions that enable all students to experience unparalleled educational journey that is intellectually, socially, personally transformative. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with a common goal of developing. Right now, we have resilient leaders committed to excellence, but I'm not feeling the love or the excitement.
It doesn't even mention academics, for instance. It's the main,
Yeah.
it's the main reason we're here.
And then we did say that out of the chute here. So what if we move that up here then? LCISD's community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders committed to academic excellence with a common goal of developing something. Resilient leaders.
Well-rounded citizens.
Yeah, Jackie, your point about the whole child. Well-rounded.
Sorry.
Say that again?
And they're still learning, I feel like. I don't know.
I think it's very vague in that sense, like by leaders. I think,
Okay, I mean,
I think, I hear what you say about the CCMR acronym. I think we should focus on that somehow.
Okay.
Because if that were to change in the next couple of years, let me defend that for a
Those
moment.
changes, yeah.
If that changes by the TEA or state legislature, this board could come back and rewrite that one little phrase of the vision statement and then keep going with it. But I think that's the focus. When we say leaders and all that kind of stuff, we're talking about graduating kids who are CCMR, college and career or military ready. That is the goal of the school district.
what if, because I really like the word distinct.
You like what?
I really like the word distinct. Could we say LCISD is a distinct community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders? Does that make sense to y'all?
Group, team?
I like distinct, or you could say a value-driven community.
No,
I like
I
distinct.
think it's still more, just adding more words. Like distinct one word at least. I mean, I like the word too, if we can work.
Are we okay with committed to academic excellence after the list of who we are? LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders committed to academic excellence with the common goal of developing, we said, well-rounded, resilient graduates, leaders.
I like what John was saying about CCMR. I just don't know, would you say like leaders who are ready for college, career, or military?
College and
And-
career-ready leaders.
Yeah.
No?
Also, what do y'all think about saying diverse community? Because we are a diverse community. Do you, like all different kinds of,
Yeah, diverse?
I
Is
don't
your-
know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need an adjective there. We've already got a lot of words.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
I mean, the only thing is like, it's a given, we are diverse, so like it's maybe not our
Yeah, it's just
vision
one more
is
word,
to
so
be
maybe not.
diverse. But our vision is to be distinct, and our vision is to be,
Are we different?
or do we just say LCISD is a distinct community committed to, or a distinct district?
LCISD is a distinct community?
I mean, when I look at thesaurus, it says for distinct, definite, noticeable, recognizable, specific, unmistakable. So those are other words for distinct, and I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
So if I were to take away distinct and I put the word recognizable, how would that be a value add
No.
for that? Or a specific community? Because we could say that, and then we can add, we aim to cultivate a learning environment where every student will succeed through strong community support and elite educational opportunities.
So you could use that, substitute the concept of academic excellence with that description?
Right, I mean, we could have So like the first sentence could be that who we are, as in that it's setting the tone and the expectation. And part of our vision is that all those players are involved. And the second
Okay.
sentence will be that we are, or we could, to be nationally recognized for elite academic and educational opportunities.
So, okay, so we have who we are. We have committed, right now, we have committed to academic excellence. We really need more walls here. We have who we are. We have committed to academic excellence with the goal of developing well-rounded, but are we off of that now?
I don't know.
I think we're overthinking this too much.
So how do we simplify it then? Remember the concepts that we wanted to get to were academic excellence. This concept of community, we have that there. Academic excellence. We said, we used to like future ready, but that's okay. And we talked about empowerment. LCISD is good.
So what about if you put it back on what the community said, those 4 buckets?
Sure.
I wonder if we can take those and we can have words to fill in the gap, to connect all those. So we talk about innovative education, excellence academics, extracurriculars, equitable opportunities, community-centric. I wonder if we can take those and just have words that will fill in those gaps to connect all of those 4.
I mean, that's pretty good. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders with the common goal of, maybe not developing is not the right word.
Cultivate.
Cultivating.
Cultivating innovative education, excellence in academics and extracurriculars, community-centered growth, and opportunities for all. Hey,
I like the word cultivate because that takes work.
yeah. You gotta water the.
And that's that grit. You have to have that
You gotta
grit.
prepare the soil, right?
Mhm.
We were talking about that earlier. The plants in your house.
And we need to make sure when we're writing this for everyone, not just us to read or our,
Yeah.
that people do understand. They always get upset with us when we use too much
And
jargon.
they get upset with us when I went to all those evening meetings and I put this up and I don't see it again. I don't see it again.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Why did I do all that work?
Right.
So
Right.
bring in their work into what we want. I like that. We're trying to make it too hard.
LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders. Committed, where was cultivating coming in? Committed to the common goal of cultivating, no,
Committed to cultivating.
committed to cultivating.
We cultivate a learning environment, or we aim to cultivate a learning environment where every student. Dr. Scribner,
Yep.
could we take y'all need a break?
We did take a little break, but y'all can go take.
Do you need to take a break? Do you need to take a break? Are you good? Do you want to take a break? You good? Okay. Okay, never mind. Let's go on.
Okay, we'll just take turns.
LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders. I like finishing strong with these over here. How do we get from who we are to that?
We cultivate a cutting-edge learning environment, because that's cutting edge over there. Cutting-edge learning environment where,
Creating excellence in academics and extracurriculars.
creating excellence in academic and extracurriculars through community-centric growth and opportunities, and equitable opportunities. So we use those words in
Yeah.
it. So we create, or we cultivate cutting-edge education, cutting-edge opportunities.
Yeah, you know
Through-
what, we're not committed to doing it, we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
So LCISD is a group of these people, that cultivates innovative education. Is that where we're going with this?
or cutting-edge.
You like cutting edge or?
We're making a commitment to cutting-edge and adaptive educational. So
I
we use innovative a lot because we have our innovative day and all that. So we could say innovative
I think they'd understand it.
yeah.
And they came up with these.
They came up, yeah, so we'll say,
That
I mean,
cultivates innovative educational experiences. Innovative education, excellence in academics and extracurriculars, community-centered growth, and equitable opportunities.
I think that works. With that on time.
So lost.
so
Huh?
I'm lost.
Well-
He's about to write that down.
What he's
We-
doing is
we
taking
cultivate-
the first part of what we said, but
innovative learning, we're gonna say innovative learning environment, educational environment where, innovative educational environment with excellence in academics and extracurriculars. That creates excellence in academic and extracurriculars through community-centric growth and equitable opportunities. Yeah, oh, we will.
no, but I mean, once you can get something,
Yeah.
send it to us and we can work on
Yeah.
it. Because it just gets a
What if
little.
after you said, okay, innovative learning environment, where every student develops the grit to overcome challenges and become a leader of tomorrow? Or, pardon?
Innovative what? Innovative education, innovative learning, innovative,
Learning environment, isn't that what you said?
Zach?
And then we
Yes,
can
sir.
talk
Yeah.
about the community.
Innovative learning environment?
Innovative learning environment that creates excellence in academics, that creates excellence in academics and extracurriculars through, well, then where'd you say, Suzanne, Ms. Box, where were we saying the grit?
I was just saying, after you talk about the committed to whatever word we ended up using, cultivating, develop the grit to overcome challenges and become a leader of tomorrow. And then we could talk about the sense of community. I don't know. I like leaders of tomorrow, kind of, in the sense of.
Okay. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders that cultivates, it's a community that cultivates innovative learning environments, excellence in academics and extracurriculars, community-centered growth,
The word create maybe, so innovative education environments, creating excellence in academics and extracurriculars.
Do we want to finish it with this and not equitable opportunities, to finish it with ensuring all students have equal access to quality education?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, I'm not in love with that create. Innovative learning environments that create excellence in academics and extracurricular, but it's your statement.
No, I'm not married to that either.
What would you say?
I'm not, we can get rid of that. That was, and we have earlier who the community is, so I don't know if we need to include that community-centric growth. Because we have that we are a community already.
Although, then what, I mean, maybe, but the concept is balancing expansion with strong community connections. So what do you want to do with that, guys and gals? LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders that cultivates innovative learning environments, excellence in academics and extracurriculars, that cultivates community-centered growth and ensures all students have equal access to quality education.
If you're gonna say that, I'm gonna do this, do it again, guys. If you're gonna use community-centric growth, which I like, drop the beginning and say "we," because you have community in there. And then you can define who the "we" is in your mission and other places, because it's very wordy.
It's got to go on a poster and everything.
Well, we could have vision and then right below it, the mission, like you usually see in an organization, or often see.
Is it once upon a time they made us all put our mission statements, because we used to have mission statements, I don't know where it went, I think it was replaced by this. We had to post them in our rooms.
Oh, yeah?
And our values and mission statements were posted in our classrooms.
What about if we said we cultivate an elite learning environment? Over innovative, doesn't matter.
What did he say he gets put down when he uses? What word do you usually get told not to use? Elite, Dr. Hicks?
Yeah.
So
we're
where are
being
we
pointed
on defining who we are, kind of building that buy-in versus shortening the statement?
Well, read it shortened and read it long
Okay.
and let us hear it.
We are,
It doesn't work, does it?
We are a district. Oh, we are,
I mean, what we would say here would be, we cultivate innovative learning environments, excellence in academics and extracurriculars, community-centered growth, and ensure all students equal access to quality education.
We'd almost have to say we as a district.
what does community-centered growth mean?
It means balancing expansion with strong community connections.
But if somebody's reading that, they're gonna be like, we're gonna balance expansion with strong community connections.
I know, I don't
Like,
like that just because
I hate
it
it.
doesn't
Yeah.
really have anything to do with what the student is gonna be after they graduate.
Okay?
I don't like that.
But this is not just the student, it's the whole district.
But there is the concept of community, which maybe that's where this is, right?
Well, can it be two sentences? Do we have to have one sentence as a vision?
I think that's what we.
Yeah, I think it'd be better for one statement. LCISD is a community of students, parents, staff, and stakeholders. Is it a growing community? Do we want to say that?
Could we
No.
just say LCIC is a value-driven community committed to academic excellence through community-centric, well, we could take that part out and reword that, but just say that is a community, because
Yeah.
that's what we are. So we can take out the defining who it is. LCIC is a value-driven community that is committed to academic excellence through,
Wouldn't we wanna say like where every student, blah, blah, blah?
can I finish that? It says, through community-centric growth, we'll rework that part. We foster innovative learning environments, ensure all students have equal access to high-quality education.
Say it again.
This is why it's a workshop, y'all. LCIC is a value-driven community committed to academic excellence through, and if we want to rework that community-centric growth, or through community partnerships.
Yeah.
But we value the community's partnerships, and so I think we are a community, well, yeah.
But I mean, value-driven community, to me, that encompasses partnerships. I don't think you need to say, committed academic excellence if we're coming back here and saying we cultivate innovative learning environments,
Yeah.
excellence in academics and extracurriculars.
I was just trying to make it shorter.
Yeah, yeah, well, I mean,
So,
LCISD is a value-driven community.
Yeah. why
is
don't
a
you
value-driven district
put that's what I said.
committed to,
We are a value-driven district.
Okay, I love it. Let's go.
but,
I'm trying to get us back to we.
but I think part of our vision and what we hear through the other workshops is to bring in that, I mean, the community doesn't, we're so large that we're not seen as.
Everybody knows your opinion and my opinion. Can y'all, can the rest of y'all give us y'all's opinion on this?
I would say
Jackie,
less-
Joe, you got
less
you got
is
anything to
more.
add?
Well, I just think we're getting too much in the weeds. We're just trying to say, to me, the vision is what we see is like a snapshot, right? And I think we're writing the whole book,
And our community told us what the
writing the
themes
whole
were.
movie.
But
LCISD is a value-driven community that cultivates innovative learning environments, excellence in academics and and maybe that goes first. That cultivates excellence in academics and extracurriculars, innovative learning environments, and ensures all students equal access to quality education.
Okay.
works perfect.
Let's write that up and send that out and let us work from it.
I don't like heading like that at all.
Yeah, it kind of loses something at the end.
Right.
It doesn't have a punch at the end.
It starts real good at the beginning.
Starts strong and then fades.
I think we're tired, it's 2 hours.
5 minutes? Let's do 5 minutes, and then I'll jot this down one more time, and we'll talk it through. So, 7:35.
Do I need to say anything? All right. It is 7:27, 7:28. We are going to take a break, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. It is 7:37 PM, and we are back in the workshop.
Okay, so I tried to incorporate the themes that the Lamar CISD community feedback that emerged through that process. And I think I was hung up on the order, but I kind of tried to move them around. And I think we got at most of your points, but there may be some other things we want to add. Here's my crack at it. LCISD is a value-driven community that ensures all students access to academic and extracurricular excellence through innovative teaching and cutting-edge learning environments. Come, pick it apart. What's it missing?
Punch.
Punch?
Yeah, it doesn't have a.
Okay.
It sounds very, generic,
Okay.
as Mr. Hebenak said.
You know, I can say when we had the strategic planning committee meeting last week, big thinking and joy were a part of the conversation, the core values, because they were different words. And typically, you don't hear big thinking in core values. You don't hear the word joy in core values. And the committee really liked it and appreciated it because it was something different.
I like that too. So big thinking and joy emerged from the committee as something that they wanted to see in this.
Well, not necessarily in this, but I'm just thinking about the conversation about the core values, why they chose those was because there was something different and they didn't sound like everybody else's.
Right. And maybe this is kind of generic, value driven. Because what does that mean? Whose values? Are we a big thinking community?
Wanna be.
I like what you said about grit. About overcoming challenges. So.
How would you incorporate that into the work that we've done so far?
Well, I would say that we had, at first, earlier, before we went on break, we had something that talked about LCISD being an innovative learning environment. We could say where every student develops the grit to overcome challenges and become leaders of tomorrow. If we wanted to, but we took that out, the leaders part out, so.
Okay. Maybe ensures all students access is the second piece, and the first piece is up here, that prepares resilient students, prepares.
So to me, this is not a vision statement. This is more of like a statement. I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm just saying.
It's pretty.
Like, what's the vision?
Well, the vision is that we become that we are that we
It's-
create that space.
It's
that.
like a statement of who we are, like what we are.
Well,
me.
who we hope we are. We may or may not be all of those just now.
I know it just says we are a this.
But when you're doing a vision statement, you're not saying we want to be, you're saying,
No, you are. What is it that we want to do?
right,
Who
you're
do we
saying
want
you're
to be?
projecting it for the future.
Right.
We will build, we will prepare, we will influence, we will commit to creating, we will
Right.
create.
So through
So
community and
maybe-
collaboration.
Maybe instead of is what will we do?
Or that will ensure.
Borrow off Microsoft, LCISD strives to be a value-driven community.
District of Academic Excellence.
Strive to finish our mission statement.
So we need an action.
District of distinction, I kind of like that. I don't know, I feel like we should say that we strive to be.
Right. So go back to what you said about grit and, at the beginning.
I've just said that, where every student develops the grit to overcome challenges and become leaders of tomorrow.
Say that again, I didn't hear you.
And where every student develops the grit to overcome challenges and become leaders of tomorrow. But we also had at the beginning that we were an innovative learning environment.
Okay?
Where every student cultivates innovative learning environment, where every student develops grit to overcome challenges and become leaders of tomorrow.
Because I think we could get at that first and then come back to ensuring all students. So if we said LCISD strives to do something, prepare, and ensure. So,
Could we put in there, LCSD strives to be a district of distinction where every student did what we want our students to do?
I like that.
We don't have enough action. Strives.
Strives to be a district of distinction
We can just
that
say
ensures.
that student, oh, yeah. I mean, we all agree that we want them to be leaders. That's one thing that we've talked about. We also want we want a strong sense of community. I mean, unless we list out all the stakeholders.
That will ensure or ensures?
We strive to ensure. LCISD strives to be a district of distinction that ensures all students access to academic and extracurricular excellence through innovative teaching and cutting-edge learning environments.
Can we say opportunities instead of excellence? Because
Yep.
it just doesn't,
What
to me, it doesn't seem.
do you all want?
Extracurricular opportunities, is that where you want to check off excellence?
Well, what is extracurricular excellence? What is that? Like, what does that mean to y'all? Extracurricular excellence.
It's
mean, it
just a
sounds good, I
fancy
just want it
word
to
to
mean
say they'll
something.
be good at what they do.
Yeah, but
And
it
they're
just doesn't, when you read, when the average
Joe
person like
reads
me reads that, I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, extracurricular excellence. You have a good football team? I mean, like, what are you talking about?
I mean, it is kind of what your community said, though. They said excellence in academics and extracurriculars, aiming for high standards.
I understand what they meant. I mean, I understand what they meant by it, by like, I'm assuming many opportunities to participate, not just in sports, not just in theater, not just in, like, opportunities.
Sure.
But saying it in a one-word line to me doesn't seem to have much
Okay.
meaning.
So there's a conversation right now about excellence. So far, I'm feeling LCISD strives to be a district of distinction that ensures all students access to academic and extracurricular.
Okay, y'all
Suggestions?
Y'all are gonna kill me, but I'm just looking at other school districts around here and what their visions are. One is our vision be the legacy. And the other one is, this district will graduate students who exhibit the attributes of the district's profile of a graduate. Like, I think we're overthinking. And that does not mean we have to be like them at all. I just think it can be very succinct.
They can.
More detailed in our mission, like
Or,
I don't know if we should even take
portrait of a
out
graduate, which would be
less.
combined with our mission.
ensures all
Yes.
students
Because if we had a portrait, it would be, the mission would be to achieve these things within the
access
graduates
to
of our
innovative teaching and cutting-edge learning environment. Do we even need? Because if they're getting innovative teaching and cutting-edge learning environment, that would mean they're getting access. Oh, well, I don't know. I just think you're right. You have too many words.
Our vision
Maybe say
is to
that-
grow a value-driven community where innovation thrives, excellence is the standard, and every student has equal access to high-quality education.
Say that again.
Our vision is to grow a value-driven community where innovation thrives, excellence is the standard, and every student has equal access to high-quality education.
Did you write that?
It was multiple thoughts put together.
Yeah.
Parts of it are AI.
Or
Not gonna lie.
we are a value-driven community.
So we
What did you say, Joe? I know. I was just thinking.
Got that 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and there's an argument that the process is as important as the document.
Yes.
In terms of you all working together, right? So say that again?
Our vision is to grow a value-driven,
Wait, slow down.
So you.
we took away the,
We're not saying we, we're saying our.
do you like our?
That's a compromise, guys.
It's also not the community and the
But-
students and the this and the that and the.
But what about just, we are a value-driven community?
Let's do it.
So, we are a value-driven community where, well, let me just say it first,
Okay, yeah.
so he doesn't write it if y'all don't like it. We are a value-driven community where innovation thrives, excellence is the standard, and every student has access to high-quality education.
I like it.
You got everything.
We don't have the community-centric
Yeah,
growth.
say, you don't need those words.
But-
But something that, can you say it again, Jackie? I'm sorry.
Okay. We are a value-driven community where innovation thrives, excellence is the standard, and every student has access to high-quality education.
You got it.
You got all of
Value-driven
it.
community, innovative, excellence.
And every student has access.
You got it all in.
Yeah, I like that.
Dictate it slowly, too.
Can you say it one more time, Jackie, slowly for me?
We are a value-driven community.
I got we.
You win.
You win, John.
I contributed something. Yes.
Thanks, Microsoft.
Thank you, Mr. Hubenek.
Where innovation thrives. Excellence is the standard. And every student has access to high-quality education.
Now, is that AI, Jackie, or is that you?
That's what Zach said, and I shortened it.
So that was part, yeah. That's good.
Has access to high quality.
Education.
We are a value-driven community where innovation thrives, excellence is the standard, and every student has access to high-quality education.
So if we adopt that, then our mission statement has to say how we will be that.
How we will get that done.
Yes.
And some of those things that we are up there would drive them.
And that comes directly from what the community
Right,
has said.
absolutely. It showed up right here. You got it all. You got community, you got innovation, you got excellence, you got equal opportunity.
Okay, so why don't we go with this to start creating the mission statement, and we may edit, but, yeah.
So mission defines our purpose. How do we get, it's how we get this done. Provides clarity on the day-to-day actions and focus, ensures that our decisions align. It's getting clarity on day-to-day focus, and here are some examples. To bring, Nike, to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world, Nike. So it focuses on its purpose, it focuses on target audience, and it focuses on what they're trying to get done, to connect with active lifestyles. So Google, to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Google's mission statement highlights its core service. What is our core service? Who is our target audience? What is the ultimate goal? Again, Microsoft, to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. Focuses on empowerment, both individuals and organizations, creating tools to achieve that success. Here's what your community said. Lamar CISD community feedback on mission. Holistic, to your point earlier, holistic student development, focusing on comprehensive student well-being and academic success. So both the social, emotional, and academic. Sustainable practices, prioritizing long-term planning and resource efficiency and education. Makes a lot of sense in a fast-growing, hyper-growth district. Collaborative partnerships, enhancing education through strong community and business partnerships, and cultural and community representation. You're a very diverse and quickly and continually changing community. So actively fostering an environment that reflects and respects the varied backgrounds and experiences of all students. I heard Joe say this neighborhood's very different than that neighborhood. We are not one community. So here are the questions that you answer. You have a sheet of paper. We can move faster on this one. I think we get the hang of it. The first is, what is our core purpose? What do we do? Why do we do it? Who is our target audience? And actually, we talked a little bit about that in the first versions of the vision. We listed everyone. The we. What services do we provide to fulfill our purposes? What are our core services? And what outcomes do we want to achieve? Look at those again. You have those. What's our core purpose? Who is our target audience? What services do we provide to fulfill our purpose? And what outcomes do we want to achieve? Another quick look at some examples. This is to your point, Suzanne, about succinct, concise, direct. To bring inspiration and innovation, to organize, and to empower. Yes, sir.
Back on the community.
Yep.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay?
So I just said that I feel like when we do the core purpose, I don't know, to me, all of it just kind of obviously goes together. So I'm just going to say what I wrote down. I
Good.
just said that the mission is to equip students with knowledge, support, and skills to be successful in life. Obviously, our primary focus are academics, but that we want to instill and cultivate other qualities beyond academics for our students. And just some of the things that I wrote down, I'm sure y'all would have stuff to add. Critical thinking, problem solving, communication, leadership, skills, respect.
What was your first comment, to equip students to do what?
With knowledge, support, and skills to be successful in life.
Okay? To equip students with knowledge, support, and skills, does that get this done? Others?
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
needs details, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can start.
And then outside of academics as well, other
Yeah,
qualities.
this will be more kind of concise and direct than the vision.
Okay.
Other suggestions?
I would really love us to use the phrase from the Texas Constitution, of which we're established by. A general diffusion of knowledge that is the opening phrase of Article 7 of the Texas Constitution. That's the reason we exist. A general diffusion of knowledge. So when you say on here, what is our core purpose? It's a general diffusion of knowledge, in my mind.
What should kids know and what should they be able to do? Others?
Also, basically, we want a well-rounded education that embraces the whole student, their intellectual, emotional, and physical growth. We want to embrace
I heard well-rounded student. Say what else?
well-rounded education
Education.
that embraces the whole student for intellectual, emotional, and physical growth.
Okay, others? Mission statement to do what? That will achieve this vision in the coming years. These say to bring, to organize, to empower. So far, to equip is a action word. To diffuse, although that may be a little confusing to some folks.
To educate the whole child.
I also looked at passion for learning. How can we get something in there to make them, because we bring everything to them, but unless they have that inner drive to want to learn.
The grit.
That's the grit, that's the passion.
Yeah. What are we doing? What is the mission of this organization? To do what? That will result in excellence and high-quality education.
I think combining academics with like CTE stuff. I mean, although there is an academic piece to it, I don't know, I think certain things that don't, to me, don't seem academic, like critical thinking's not academic. It's like it's a learned base. Oh,
Well,
do y'all know what I'm trying to say?
Like what?
Critical thinking,
Yeah, yeah.
like things that are outside of what you think of as academic typically. And
I mean, knowledge and skills is kind of what you said over here. To equip students with the knowledge, support, and skills so that they may be successful.
but on that pyramid of trying to get them to learn, critical thinking is one of those steps
Yeah.
that you have to have, and then it's to get to where they can evaluate, you know.
And at the bottom of that is the support,
Right.
right? And then the skills and the knowledge, right?
I think when we do the profile of a student, a critical thinker can be part of that. John, do you have any ideas on how to put the general diffusion of knowledge in there?
Right now, no, because good question, but I thought we were gonna do the same exercise we did for the vision, which is go through
Okay.
these things right
Sure,
here.
sure.
So I'm
Yeah, go
kind
ahead.
of, so I don't really have anything else on what's our core purpose.
Okay, others, just, yeah, just like last time, I mean, you guys, you can share with me the general themes that have emerged from the page. I'm feeling like there's some agreement about our target audience being our students, right?
I think students, but also just current and potential students and staff and families. I mean, I think potential ones as well.
I actually listed a 5 and I put students last because they're never gonna read this.
Yeah.
They don't care. Well, the people who care are the taxpayers, first and foremost. The second people who care, were incorporated in that, are parents, of course. But a lot of taxpayers are not parents.
Most
The other-
are not, yeah.
Another group that cares is our staff. Another group that cares are the business owners in our community. Those are the folks who are kind of looking like, what's this district all about? How are they doing this? And that's, I don't see the need to write a statement that encourages our students to buy into our mission statement.
Well, I think we're not asking them to buy into it.
Wrong phrase on my part. I think I was communicating what I was trying to say, though, is like, they're gonna be there no matter what. Like Dr. Nivens always says, they have to be there no matter what, our students. So, I mean, so anyway.
So if this is the purpose, kind of the goal of our organization, the mission statement should be clear, concise, and focused on getting us here.
Our mission is to educate the students, bottom line, or we don't exist.
Right.
So it's, what do we want to educate our students with? Do we want skills, with character, with passion? What do you want to equip the students with? Not just reading and writing arithmetic. They need to be equipped with other skills that they can transfer into other areas as they grow and mature.
Right, and how do we say that in a concise and clear way? I mean,
Yes, that's what I'm getting at.
Our first statement, that, you know, to equip our students with the knowledge, skill, the support, knowledge, skills, knowledge, support, and skills, that'll prepare them for success. I mean, just kind of in general.
Right. So the how is what we're gonna provide them with. The how is
Yeah.
what we're gonna provide them with.
Can you please go to the slide that has the 4 from our team?
The what?
The
4.
The 4 from our, there we go, thank you. To educate the whole child through innovative instruction, sustainable practices, and strong partnerships.
Our mission. is to educate the whole child
through innovative instruction, sustainable practices. We have to add that fourth one, the cultural and community representation, strong partnerships.
So when you hear sustainable
Yeah,
practices.
so I mean, like, so I think, again, and Dr. Nivens, maybe you can help. This one, to me, talks more about the facilities and
not
resources,
student-focused.
no? Or no?
Yeah. It has somewhat to do with that. What I see sustainable practices also will be your protocol, your procedures, your practices in the district, that no matter who's in the seat, these practices or procedures, protocols still remain the same. The sustainable practices.
Right.
But it includes the building, the hard structure, the capital projects also. So when I see that, so what will we do in our district as a practice that is gonna last throughout generations?
Right, whether or not we're here or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To educate the whole child.
Sounds funny, whole child.
I
Well,
don't,
whole student.
I don't like whole child.
Okay.
Either. To educate students.
To educate every student.
Okay.
Educate our
If we
students.
say to equip, it's more than just academics, it's things outside of academics they need to thrive or be successful.
To educate all students?
Well, we are an educational system.
Well, I
Every
think-
student.
Every student?
When I
Okay.
said whole student, I meant all parts of it.
Yes, I know what you meant.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out how we can get.
To educate every student. Period. Good night.
We are
To educate
schools.
every student. Right.
Through or with something? Are we gonna give them something? Are we gonna do?
No, we're
To
just
the
gonna
hi-
educate 'em.
Well, to educate every student to the highest standard.
We already talked about excellence is the standard.
That's
So
where I got
through,
that
and
word
we talked
from.
about, we talked about innovation earlier. Is that in, it's in there, so innovation, the
And
nod
we
to
talked
that.
about, I mean, I think being concise and clear, we talked about that too.
I don't know, I like equip, because we're not just educating them to just be in school, we're equipping them to go beyond academics. And, I mean, maybe they go on to higher academics, but maybe they don't. Maybe they go into the community, maybe they go to trade school. I don't know, when we did the listening thing, at the one that I was at, a lot of people talked about, hey, my kid's not going to college. My kid, what can they, they're not going to school. I mean, my son didn't, one of my boys isn't in college, but to equip them with the ability to go to college, to go to trade school, or go straight into the workforce.
And
Whatever it is that it
manufacturing,
takes to
in
do that.
industry, there's family sustaining wages right here in this zip code for students who have a skill.
So the mission statement should be what we see that graduating student having as they leave our district.
Right. This is the organization's reason for being. It defines its purpose and key objectives that we seek to achieve. A clear mission helps guide our decisions, strategies, actions. Without a mission, an organization can easily lose focus and drift aimlessly.
So we're trying to find the
What are
end
we
result.
focused on?
Would it be beneficial to hear what our current mission statement is?
Yes.
To educate all students by ensuring access to a superior education through inspired leadership among parents, teachers, administrators, and staff, allowing students to achieve their full potential to participate in future social, economic, and educational opportunities in the community. That's the longest
That is a
sentence.
really long sentence.
So to educate all students by ensuring access to a superior education through inspired leadership among parents, teachers, administrators, and staff, allowing students to achieve their full potential to participate in future social, economic, and educational opportunities in their community.
I mean, I think we'll all agree that we're here to educate kids, educate and prepare them for whatever's next.
You know, we could just adopt that statement again. That's pretty good.
I
What?
think it's so wordy.
long one?
The one we have.
No, it's too long.
But the
This is
problem
mission, not
was, is they
vision, though. This
probably,
is where we're
But you can
supposed to be
probably, you can
living.
probably pare that down to something that is clear and concise.
it was probably that so many different people were saying, I want this, I want
Yeah,
that. They went,
that's, right.
Y'all mind if I take a stab at it?
It's called editing by committee.
All right,
Y'all
Dr.
mind if I
Evans.
take a stab at it?
Remember it twice?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can. I think I can.
Okay.
Because use the same first opening words is to educate all students by ensuring access to a superior education, allowing students to have choices and opportunities upon graduation, something like that.
That's a lot like our vision statement, though. I mean, we have access to quality education.
I was getting at like the, choices and opportunities, right? We want kids when they leave us to have choices and opportunities. So I can go to Duke University, or I can go to Wharton Junior College, or I can I can go to Jiffy Lube. Like, I have choices and opportunities. So I'm prepared for those choices and opportunities. Because the mission is to produce, how we're gonna get there, right?
To prepare our students for choices and opportunities beyond high school and after graduation.
Yeah.
because that's what, the mission is supposed to be your end result, is what yeah. What,
We could say to educate.
Joe says he likes
prepare.
it.
What was that, Mr. Hubenak?
So help me with that draft there, Dr. Evans?
I don't know if we can-
Educate all students by ensuring access to superior education. So students can, you said, I said it twice, right?
Yeah.
Ensuring access to a superior education so that students will have choices and opportunities upon graduation.
I don't have a problem with the back half of it, but the first half, we're just repeating. part
Yeah,
of
I
the
was
vision
just
statement.
repeating the first thing, yeah.
Could say we could educate and prepare, or
Yeah.
educate and equip.
Yeah, our mission statement is to educate and equip students to have choices and opportunities upon graduation.
Yes.
Team?
I think, because our primary focus is academics, but we also want them to have qualities beyond academics to succeed.
I wouldn't mind seeing it written down. I mean,
Sure.
it's one of those kind of things that's easier to
Yeah,
grasp when you see it.
I agree.
visual learners.
We must be.
So we had the every student versus all students conversation a minute ago, so I'm gonna need some guidance from the team. To educate. And then the knowledge, support, and skills was another thing. To educate. Roosevelt?
Yes, sir, to educate all students, to educate,
Third time.
yes, sir. To educate all students so they will have choices and opportunities upon graduation. It's like a draft.
So they will or may, so they what?
So they will have choices and opportunities. You can say post LCISD or upon graduation, but when they leave LCISD, they'll have choices and opportunities.
In the real world, success in the real world.
putting us in there.
Upon graduating?
Yes. Either one, either one. I mean, because that assumes that you're gonna graduate, right? And you have choices and
Graduating from
opportunities
LCISD.
when you graduate.
On graduation, on graduating, doesn't matter? To educate all students, so they will have choices and opportunities upon.
Can we elaborate in there somewhere? Can we say to educate and equip with blah, 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 or
Yeah.
to educate and prepare all
So
students?
your point earlier was to provide or to equip students with knowledge, support, and skills.
Or anything, I mean, just equip them with skills, or, I don't know, with knowledge and skills.
You know, in one of the priorities, it talked about, not life skills, what was it? One of the priorities. Talked about equipping students with skills for life or skills for living, something like that. I don't have it in front of me. But I wonder if it says something
I've
like
seen a lot of
that.
the college, career, and life, or something like that, you know. To prepare all students, or to educate all students?
Prepare. I like prepare.
Whatever, okay,
Prepare all students.
all students.
Not my vision statement.
To prepare all students. Seems very basic.
With-
I'm like Mr. Hubenak over here. I like it. It's to the point.
What's that?
I like it. It's to the point. It's not too,
Yeah, and that was the.
too flowery or anything.
Mission and statement should be clear, concise, and focused.
You
Right.
say to prepare all students with knowledge and skills so they have choices and opportunities upon graduation. Not will have, but
Needed to pursue choices and opportunities upon graduation.
To prepare all students with knowledge and skills so they have?
So they may pursue choices and opportunities upon graduation.
pursue choices?
Meaningful choices.
I think have choices.
Have choices and opportunities upon graduation. Choices and opportunities.
So we're
It's another
just
word for
thinking about
choices.
the connection now, right? Just thinking about the connection between they and choices, what's gonna be filling that? Instead of saying they will have choice and opportunities, we're looking at, to say what they.
So they have.
So they,
You
I
just,
mean, we want them to go somewhere after, we want them to go somewhere after graduation. We want them to do something. So they will have choices. They have a choice to sit on their
Yeah.
couch, but so that they will pursue meaningful choices and opportunities. So they pursue. Because they already have choices. They're gonna have a choice.
You can choose to be naughty, or you can choose to be not naughty, right?
Right. But we want them to make choices to go and,
Meaningful.
that's what I just said. So they will have meaningful choices and opportunities upon graduation. So, because I mean, we want those choices to be
Are
of
we okay with
substance.
meaningful, or, yeah?
I don't know if I like the word have. So they pursue meaningful choices and opportunities, because they're going after something. They have to go for them.
To prepare all students with the knowledge and skills.
So they pursue meaningful choices and opportunities upon graduation. We want that action. They need to make a choice and do something.
or for them to pursue.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like
maybe-
that.
To prepare all students with knowledge and skills
For them.
in order to.
in order to pursue, I think, not so they. This doesn't seem very.
For them. There you go.
Choices and opportunities.
In order to pursue choices and opportunities upon graduation.
You said for them. You put in.
Meaningful choices or just choices?
Meaningful choices.
We okay with meaningful choices, gang? Who's not okay with it?
I'm not against it. I'm just saying, you know, one person's Jiffy Lube, I want to make a career of it, is another person's wasted
That's
life.
their meaning.
Yeah,
Yeah, write it down.
that's right.
It's choices and opportunities we're giving, and it's upon them to make the meaning, so, but write it down, write it down. I'm not opposed to it, I'm just trying to not to be so.
Big thinking choices.
Meaningful choices means we have more, that we think that they're gonna be able to do it.
Meaningful, you know, for my kids, meaningful at Jiffy Lube may be the greatest thing in the world. You know, and, you know, I mean, so it's depends on perspective.
Y'all think prepare over equip? Like
To
we're equipping
prepare.
them, not preparing them. With
Prepare
knowledge.
with knowledge, equip, provide.
Equip with knowledge and skills. You don't prepare with knowledge and skills.
I think it's cleaner to say, to prepare all students for them to pursue meaningful choices and opportunities upon graduation.
To prepare all students with knowledge and skills.
To
For
pursue.
them
For them
To pursue.
to
to
pursue.
pursue. I would,
To prepare students with knowledge and skills to pursue meaningful choices and opportunities.
in order to pursue, is how it's
To
current.
prepare all students with knowledge and skills.
To pursue.
Prepare all students with the knowledge and skills needed to pursue a variety of opportunities upon graduation.
There you go.
Equip and prepare?
Say that again, Joe.
To equip and prepare all
Right, but
students
then we
with the
could be more
knowledge and
detailed.
skills needed to pursue a variety of opportunities upon graduation.
And on a poster, we would put that with the portrait of a graduate. Like if we did something like that, we would have that on there with it to be more explanatory, I would think. Like if we created a portrait of a graduate, we would take something like that and put it on there, but with more visuals of what that actually means. More details. And what does that mean?
Everyone hear what Joe said? Can you say it again, please?
My wife must be watching because she just texted me a.
You said to equip and prepare.
Yeah.
Good, tell her Jeannie.
I'm gonna read hers as well.
Okay.
To equip and prepare all students with the knowledge and skills needed to pursue a variety of opportunities upon graduation. Or to prepare students with a high-quality education that ensures they are prepared for their future endeavors.
Yes. Oh, I think you want to say something.
That's good.
Others? Let me try that one. Are we okay with equip and prepare? Anyone not okay with that?
Stay on the path.
To equip and prepare all students with the knowledge and skills. I'm not sure I like variety. Yeah, but we can fiddle with that. It's your statement. To equip and prepare all students with the knowledge and skills. Joe?
The rest of it, Joe.
Needed to pursue a variety of opportunities upon graduation. I'm not in love with variety.
Yeah. Is here where we say needed to pursue meaningful? There you go. There you go.
Meaningful or limitless?
What?
Meaningful or limitless?
Meaningful's fine.
Meaningful what? Choices and opportunities? Meaningful, what?
Whatever, I'll shut up.
To equip and prepare all students with the knowledge and skills needed to pursue meaningful.
You don't want to go with choices and opportunities? That means what, something? That's what he's asking.
No, go with it.
Okay.
He's waiting for us to
Yeah.
agree.
I'm thinking. After graduation.
Say
Can you
upon
then put
graduation.
after graduation?
After graduation?
Yes. Because our goal is to get them to that point
And prepare them for the next.
and prepare for the next.
Okay, so our current draft of a mission is to equip and prepare all students with the knowledge and skills needed to pursue meaningful choices and opportunities after graduation.
Our current statement says something about full potential. Do we care about that? Is that something that is needed?
But if they're getting ready for
Meaningful choices.
Gonna
yeah.
be,
Yeah.
that's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, I think
Beautiful.
meaningful gets it to me because a student who has some challenges versus a student who's born on third base, meaningful is gonna mean different things to each scenario. Good?
I say it's good.
To equip and prepare all students with the knowledge and skills needed to pursue meaningful choices and opportunities after graduation.
It's much better than what we have now.
With only half the words.
I told her to take the old one and put it in AI and see what it spit out.
So, a vision of we are a value-driven community where innovation thrives, excellence is the standard, and every student has access to high-quality education. How are we gonna get there? We're to equip and prepare all students with knowledge and skills needed to pursue meaningful choices and opportunities after graduation.
And so by doing that, we will create an environment where employees want to work, where people want to stay here. Is that implied? Is that something that's, I mean, that's part of the strat plan that was consistent with all the meetings, is that employees and choosing to work here.
Yeah.
So that would be a byproduct of that.
Can I make it like a little bit more inspiring? And
Sure.
Y'all can tell me it sucks, it's okay. But to equip every student with the knowledge and skills to pursue meaningful opportunities after graduation and to boldly shape futures filled with purpose, possibility, and impact.
That's your pizzazz at the end, that's your catch, that's your, I mean, that works.
It's your piece.
That's got
Yeah.
pop.
It's that pop that we were looking at more so than be the legacy or,
Say the last sentence again.
And after graduation, and to boldly shape futures filled with purpose, possibility, and impact.
I like the impact.
And are you're a every student and not an all students person, right? Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay, doesn't matter to me either.
They kind of say the same thing, just in two different ways.
Maybe with the possibility part.
To equip and prepare all students with the knowledge and skills needed to pursue meaningful choices and opportunities after graduation, and to
Boldly shape futures filled with purpose, possibility, and
I'm
impact.
getting old, so my ear hearing's not as good as it used to be. And to boldly shape
Futures filled with purpose, possibility, shape futures,
Future?
shape futures
Futures.
filled with purpose, possibility, and impact.
It's good, I think it's just saying the same thing. I think you could use
purpose, possibility.
And impact.
Is it the same thing?
Well,
More or less.
To equip and prepare knowledge and skills to boldly shape futures filled with purpose, possibility, and impact.
I don't know. I just feel
I think
like,
the first part's really basic, and then the second part's really not basic, like,
Country Met City.
No, I kind of like this. This is what we're doing here. We're gonna prepare them for graduation, and after they graduate, because of this, they're gonna be able to do that.
You have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I like it. We want them to leave 1,000 times better
Yeah.
than when they came to us.
Yeah. And live a purpose-driven life after leaving here.
Yes.
And that goes back to what he
That goes
always
back to the
says.
whole child, because if I'm just providing knowledge in their brain, I'm not providing kind of the development to live a purpose-filled life.
And if they're not taking care of themselves, somebody is taking care of them. Let's face it.
that is
They're-
true.
Either society or their parents.
Zach, or President Lambert?
I think we got two good statements that we can let our AP teachers.
You have a month to give it to your English teachers.
Yeah.
So if we can live with this, then the next steps are to approve this on May the 5th, to approve both vision and mission, and then approve the overall strategic plan. And then the final step is to implement this, high-performing organizations. The board then will define and adopt their own goals. The board's goals will then drive superintendent goals. Superintendent goals then drive school leader, school site, and school leader goals that drive all the way down to teacher goals, and so what's happening in the classroom. So what happens, you can't have a functional classroom if you don't have a functional boardroom. And we want our teachers to have their lesson plans, we want them to have goals. That starts with you and comes all the way down through the superintendent, through the principals, through the teachers, to the kids. That's been my experience of 20 years and watching other folks in high-performing organizations. Questions, comments, suggestions?
So if we give this to Sonia, maybe she could take the spirit of it and make like a few other,
Yes, she can take this and make some other options for the board to consider. She can take this and make one option. She can do, I mean, you've seen her work, she can do whatever,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's the direction of the board to let me know if you want her to take these two and come up with multiple options of each one for you to consider and like vote on one, or do you want her just to have one alternative option for the mission, one alternative option for the vision? It's basically just, how the board wants is what we can do.
Every option on the vision statement has to have "we" in it.
Gotcha.
And Portia's cleaned it up and make it tighter if she needs to.
We know she's
Because there
probably
might be other
watching this.
words out there that we didn't use that would, yeah, that thesaurus is a
Living
wonderful
document,
thing.
Absolutely.
I think we go and have her create one alternate for each one
Okay,
and don't go too deep into it, too many choices.
yes, sir. Gotcha.
So is May 5th for the whole board?
May 5th that's our,
May 5th is when the board approves the entire strategic plan. That will include the mission, vision, core values, priorities, the whole plan. And then after that, if you go back to that pyramid, please, Dr. Scribner, that pyramid, and then once the board approves that, then my team and I, we do the goals and objectives for the SOUP and the action plan on how we get there. All right.
How do you create, we would, as a board, need to get together and create our goals?
That's what we're gonna do this summer. So
That'll be this
after the election, when we have the new trustees on board, that board will be in place for 2 years. And so then, as soon as they get on board, sometime in June, we'll talk about, creating board goals from the strategic plan that has been approved.
Right.
And then from there, that's when you and your team do.
And from there, from there, I create my goals, board approves my goals, and then we do district goals, campus goals, teacher goals.
Yeah, you want all that aligned, definitely want all that aligned. That's good work to do in the summer for the board, yeah. And you feel like you could have momentum because you have, your community involved in this and, yeah. All right.
Any other questions or discussions?
No, but thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Doc. Appreciate it.
Thank you all. This has been great.
All right, it is 8:41. The meeting is adjourned.